What is up, guys? It is 2020, which means only one thing. MLB The Show 20 is right around the corner. I'm David Amati here with Ramone Russell, and he's here to show some really awesome new things that we can look forward to in MLB The Show 20.
Yeah, March 17th, we are screaming towards that launch date. Spring is here.
It's coming.
Baseball season is back, and
Absolutely.
so is MLB The Show. So we're going to show you a few things. We're going to talk about gameplay first.
Yes.
You know, in any sports game, as I hit a terrible pop-up in shallow right field, gameplay is king.
Right.
So our gameplay design director, Chris Gill, his focus this year was efficiency, more granularity between the levels of play, and trying to continue to work on this balance between the player ratings and the user's input.
Sure.
We want to make sure that both of those things matter. Your input should matter. What should also matter is the players that you're using.
Right.
So to jump on that thing first, we've done a few things with gameplay to make user input mean more. The first one is called Perfect. It's a hitting mechanic. It's a new hitting tier for timing and your control of where you're putting the PCI when you're playing the game. So the way that Perfect works is if your swing timing is perfect and your contact is perfect, you can trigger one of three different types of perfect outcomes. It can be a perfect fly ball, it can be a perfect line drive, or it could be a perfect grounder.
Okay.
Now, those are important because every baseball player is different. Every hitter is different. Not everybody can spray to all fields, and not everybody can spray to all fields and hit for power. So if we're looking at some of the best hitters in the game, like a Cody Bellinger, he can hit for power, and he can hit for power to all fields. He can pull the ball, he can push the ball, he can do it all. If you get a perfect fly ball with Cody Bellinger, unless the wind's going crazy and you're in a crazy stadium, that ball's going in the seats.
Wow.
It's probably highly likely it's going to be a home run. Now, if it's Tim Anderson of Chicago White Sox, it's probably going to be caught because he doesn't have the power that Cody Bellinger has. So the player ratings matter a lot. So with Tim Anderson, you want to try to get line drives and grounders. And in real life, he's not trying to hit a bunch of home runs. Now, when he gets a hold of one, he lets you know about it, but he's going to play differently than, let's say, a power hitter. Same thing goes for Joey Gallo. This guy hits tanks. He hits bombs. You're going to want to hit high fly balls with him. So, again, perfect, swing time and perfect, contact grade perfect. So if you can get good swing time and good contact, you're going to find green grass more often. Now, when people hear perfect and an 800 batting average, it's like, whoa, baseball doesn't work like that.
It's kind of like Superman.
Yeah, it's like Superman. But here's a very important fact. Of all of those 6 million swings from the closed beta that we collected, 2% were perfect. 2.
Oh, wow.
When the game ships on March 17th, we're expecting the average player to be around a 2 to 4% range. Now, the very best players in the game might be a little bit higher.
Sure.
So it's very difficult to get your swing timing perfect and your contact perfect. And you have to get both to get the optimal outcome for that batter's attributes. And the key here is your input mattering a lot and the player ratings mattering a lot too.
Right.
So you're not going to be able to hit, 100 home runs with Whit Merrifield if you're getting perfect fly balls because he doesn't have the attributes to push the ball out of the stadium.
For sure. So your familiarity with the player and what they are used to and how they hit, that's going to matter just as much as it is for your chance of hitting that perfect swing and the perfect contact.
100%. We have a brand new thing called the throw home indicator that Chris Gill put in game. What we saw last year watching streams and watching people play the game, plays at the plate were too predictable.
Sure.
If you had a guy on second, you knew his speed, you knew who the outfielders were, you had a pretty good idea of what was going to happen if you put that ball in the play.
Right.
Now, because of the throw home indicator, it's changed. Green throw still means you're going to have an accurate throw home. But if you can hit this throw indicator perfectly, you'll have a perfect throw home. And what's really cool about the throw home indicator is if you're using a Gold Glove caliber outfielder and you miss it, we might pull you into it.
Okay.
We might
just give a throw
we'll
a little bone.
We'll give you a little. If you're not using a Gold Glove caliber play and you're actually using somebody on the opposite end of the spectrum, somebody playing in left field who's in the lineup for his bat, you might get pushed out of it a little bit.
Sure.
Now, this also works when you're throwing to the cutoff man. Getting a perfect throw to the cutoff man, you're going to get the fastest transition and the fastest throw to try to get that guy out. And you can have plays where you run and chase a fly ball, you do perfect cutoff, perfect throw home, and you can throw that guy out. But if you missed one of those and got just a great throw, he might be safe. So again, we're expanding upon what can happen when you play the game.
Right.
Now, it doesn't stop there either. Trying to control the run game. You got base runners on. You're playing against somebody who likes to steal a lot. The catcher throw meter now has a perfect line in it too as well. If you can hit that meter, you're going to throw perfectly to the second baseman so he can make the quickest, most smoothest, most efficient tag that he possibly can to get that guy out. And that was one of the main overarching goals that Chris Gill and the gameplay team was trying to add into the gameplay this year. We want the game to be efficient. We want the players to be efficient. We want to see more granularity between the abilities of the players, and we want to put the outcomes in your hands. So when you don't get an optimal outcome, you're not smashing the controller at us. You're going, man, I missed that ball. I was right there.
It was on me. That was my player input.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in here, and I'm going to attempt to get a perfect.
Yeah, let's see it.
And attempt to see if I can show you some of the other new gameplay changes. So I'm going to throw this ball. Well, probably going to hit him with that. Throw this ball down the middle, try to get some balls in play.
Right.
To show you some of the other things that Chris Gill and the design team worked on. Outfield play is huge. And there's the cutoff meter that you just saw.
Yeah.
And that was the third out. So they have this new thing that Chris put in the game called the first step system, and it is a very, very subtle thing. When the ball's hit into the outfield, not everybody's created equally. Most teams only have one good outfielder, and he's playing center field. The guy's playing left and right, they're playing left and right for a reason.
Right.
So we have these subtle start transitions, which are these subtle things that you will see in the game, which could be the difference between a single and that ball finding grass, or depending upon how you attack the ball, this could be the difference between somebody being able to tag up and somebody being able not to tag up. And so when Chris Gill and the gameplay team were looking at how do we make the game more efficient and also get more balls to find green grass, it's not all about the pitcher and the batter aspect. We're making sure that our fielders aren't too smart. We're making sure they're not psychic, and we're making sure that Cody Bellinger, who's a really, really good outfielder, he's going to play differently than, let's say, your left fielder who's out there because he hits tanks.
Right.
And he's not necessarily the best fielding person to have out there at the time.
For sure.
So what we're hoping to see and what we've seen throughout the beta and throughout playtesting this whole entire time is that these things are bearing out and that the game is so much more dynamic this year.
Oh, there
Let's
you go.
I'm hitting tanks. 101 exit velocity. Got most of that, but it wasn't perfect. So I still hit a home run even though it wasn't perfect.
For sure. I don't know if I should cheer for the Angels scoring on the A's there, but
ooh, he threw it again. And so what we're also noticing right here is we're noticing the new PCI. I mentioned with perfect, there's three of them: fly ball, line drive, and hard ground.
Right?
As you see in the middle of that PCI, there's three dots. Those three dots correspond to perfect. Top dot, medium fly ball, bottom dot, grounder. As you can see, Anderson Simmons does not hit a lot of home runs.
Right. The size of that diamond,
That's
that
why it's
indicates.
so small.
Okay.
Now you flip to Mike Trout, and all three of those diamonds are going to be huge.
Sure.
Because he can hit for power, he can hit for contact, and he hits for average, and he hits a lot of home runs. So we're giving you a quick little snapshot at the players that you're using in real time. This is another new feature that Chris Gill added. This is a defensive snapshot, and this happens in real life. That left fielder, he's got 55 arm strength, 53 arm accuracy. I am running on him.
Right.
If that ball's hit his way, I'm going to take the extra bag. The center fielder might think twice about it. And so we're giving you ability to take a quick snapshot to see who's in the outfield so you can make these decisions ahead of time on how you're going to play these balls and how aggressive you're going to be on the base paths.
That's wonderful, too, because if you might be unfamiliar with the team, you still get to have that sort of inside look on the best approach.
Absolutely. You could be unfamiliar with a team. You don't know how good of an arm he has.
Sure.
And quick R3, just pull it up. It's like, oh, if I'm hitting it to left field, okay, that guy's got a cannon. I'm not taking that extra bag. I'm not going to risk it.
Right.
On the inverse, it works the same way. That guy doesn't have a strong arm. Maybe I am going to take that extra base hit. So, again, we're trying to put all of the information into the player's hands so that you can succeed. And when you fail, it's not on the game. It was on you not having the optimal outcome based on your input.
That's awesome. Now, I wanted to bring something back to something you mentioned earlier that I actually noticed it was kind of like a direction you guys were taking with the show 19. which I played quite a bit, and it was, you mentioned the animations, how you guys keep adding more animations with each release,
Yes.
right? And those animations kind of create a better sense of immersion with a player type and how they might react to something, right? So if Matt Chapman's on third and the ball's coming his way, he might be able to just grab that ball and one scoop and toss it at the same time all the way to first. And now, from what I'm hearing, you've added even more animations with MLB 20.
100%. So this is Upton,
Mm-hmm.
not known to be a great fielder at this stage in his career, still an awesome player. But look at the reaction he has off this ball and play.
Oh,
You see that little hezzy?
Yeah,
that
he
little hezzy.
took that little.
Now, this was granted a home run, so it didn't matter.
Sure.
But if that ball's in play, that hesitation, that's the
Could
difference.
cost him the catch, yeah.
That could have cost him the catch, and that ball finds green grass.
Wow.
So to go back to your point about Matt Chapman at third base. So before I came here, we did this all week. I would find a hit that was a very difficult hit for the third baseman to make. Over 99 miles per hour hit speed, deep into the third base hole towards the foul line. That is one of the hardest plays for a third baseman to make. Going across his body to make that catch and then firing off a very
Readjusting
accurate
to get that throw,
to
yeah.
the first baseman. So I would switch between Matt Chapman, Nolan Arenado, and some fielders who were not very known for their defensive prowess. Matt Chapman and Nolan Arenado, they were making these plays at a much higher clip than the average and the below average fielders. And they were also getting access to certain animations that the other guys did not have. It did not happen every single time,
Sure.
but it mattered. Now when you add in their arm accuracy attribute and their arm strength, you're getting really crazy dynamic play in every position. Because it's not just about if I can get to that ball.
Right.
I also need to be able to throw very accurately to my base.
Right.
Because we've changed button accuracy, we've made it more dynamic. But I also need that arm strength to get it there. Because if that guy's kind of fast, even if I get to it, I might not be able to throw him out.
Sure.
And as you continue to play the game and you're going through different ability levels of all of the fielders, you're going to start to notice these things way more than you ever have in MLB The Show.
Are there any animations that are tied to with, let's say, Matt Chapman in that situation? If he gets a perfect throw, does he get access to any animations that might be different than if you were to just make a regular toss?
Perfect throwing kind of doesn't exist on the infield. It's the throw home indicator and the cutoff man. If you're throwing to the cutoff hand, there's a perfect line there we call the throw home indicator, and it's there for the cutoff man as well. For him, you just want to throw accurately, and I'll switch here and control. I'll just throw see if I can get some balls in play. So button accuracy, it's our most used fielding mechanic. And the way it works is you press a button to a base, we cycle the button accuracy meter, and you need to hit in the green spot. Green means on-target throw. Yellow pulls him off the bag. Red, you're throwing it over his head.
You're right.
Matt Chapman, the Nolan Arenados of the world, who are known for the defense, they have high arm accuracy attributes. So their green spot is going to be bigger. It's going to be bigger than the average fielder. And so I'm also using the new PCIs, and they're dynamic. You can change them. I'm using the black PCI. We've got white, magenta. We've got tons of colors.
Oh, nice.
You can turn different parts of it off. You can turn different parts of it on. We're giving you more options. I'll take that. Slightly rolled over. Not terribly good PCI placement, but I'll take it. And again, just hit R3, and I can check to see what I'm working with on defense. Who do I want to run on? Who do I not want to run on? It would be too much like right for me to get a perfect swing here. All right, here we go. It's about to happen. I can feel it.
Oh,
I'll take that.
get another base on it.
Get in the base. And again, you don't have to be perfect to get base hits in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
But being perfect, this gives you the optimal outcome based upon that player's ability. They're going to hit it at the hardest that they can and at the best launch angle for their attributes.
Right.
Oh, they think I'm a bunt. I need to get... Nope. Got under that. I'm going to test his arm. Probably shouldn't have tested his arm, but I'm going to try. And he got me. He got me. Ian probably
took the risk. It's all right.
I took the risk. And we think you're going to see way more risk-taking on the base paths this year because of all of these new systems that have been introduced into the game.
Oh, that's easy.
That's easy. Matt Olson, he had a really good year on defense last year. You can see that by the diamond shield under his feet. And that was something that we added in last year. We wanted to give you a quick snapshot at the ability of the fielder when balls are put in play. That's why you saw that diamond shield under his feet. And also, I'll show you how the PCI dynamically changes.
Sure.
Let's say I don't want diamonds. I'm going to go with altitude. Let's go fishball, starfighter, and let's go with yellow. And now it looks completely different.
Oh, my gosh. Wow.
So you've got a lot of choices here to decide to create any PCI that you want. Best player in the world right here.
Right. He's got all three of them.
He's got all three of them. They're all going to be fat. And I'll switch it to show you. Let's go back to diamonds.
Oh, my.
See? He can hit home runs. That's why you see that top diamond is so big.
Absolutely.
And then let's say we don't want diamonds. We can go with circles. Again, giving you choices. Ooh, I almost grabbed that. Man, I'm trying to pull this over the wall.
It sounded like it. It sounded good.
That was a perfect, but I hit it right at somebody. And that can happen. Sometimes in baseball, you do everything right, and you hit it right at somebody, and then you do everything wrong, and it's a bloop single.
I saw the little graphic for the perfect as well. It kind of flashed over on the bottom
want to
left.
reward you. It's a video game.
It's funny because that's like a new attribute to the game, but that could also literally be a game changer.
It literally, the new systems that the gameplay team added, they're all game changers. It really changes the gameplay, makes it dynamic, and we think there's going to be way less frustration. And I'm not paying attention. I've been throwing it first. And the outer chevrons, that is their plate vision. This is their ability to foul off balls and stay alive in the count. And that shrinks and grows based upon how much plate vision the hitter has. Taking a look. So, again, we're looking at the third baseman. 99 fielder, 99 reaction, great everything. Same thing with the left fielder. He's got a cannon out there. I'm not running on that left fielder at all. Right field, completely different story.
Sure.
I'm going to take my chances. Probably the same thing with center as well. And so, again, this is just surfacing all these things to the user in real time to give you more information of how the game's going to play out and the situations and the choices that you can make when you put these balls in play.
He's hilarious. I'm seeing the guy on first. He's got a speed of 0 and a steal power.
He can run. It's just at 0 speed. Ooh, okay. You're going to give me something to hit. And, that might work. Safe.
Oh, you made it.
Yeah. Oh, good throw.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, good throw on my check swing.
Now you have people coming fresh off MLB The Show 19. They're excited to see what you guys have for 20, and they're just probably eager to try and hit as many perfects as they can and just get right into the swing of things. What's probably the best thing that they can kind of expect when they have the controller in their hands?
I think what they're going to notice, especially for the guys that play a lot, is you will be rewarded at a higher clip for your good inputs when you're using really good players.
For sure.
You're not going to be batting 1,000, but you're going to be rewarded more often than not when your swing time is good, your contact is good, and you can line up the PCI. And again, it's not trying to get perfect swings every time is like it's just not going to happen. It's too difficult. But good is still great. I mean, good in the closed beta was, over 400 batting average. Good squared up was, I think, over 600 batting average. So perfect is the upper echelon, and it feels great when you get it. The bat and ball sounds are different. Like, it feels amazing when it happens, but you don't need it to succeed. You can succeed if you can just get goods and good squared ups. And you're also, you're going to get bloop singles and base hits when your contact and swing timing isn't great either. But that's baseball. You could go 4 for 4 on nothing but bloop singles where you're like, man, I didn't get any of that. And you can go 0 for 4 when you square up every single pitch. But what we hope happens, and what we're very confident will happen this year, and all the data has proved that out, is that over time the results bear out they bear out to how you think the game is supposed to work. over the course of time with enough swings and you play enough, you're going to go and look, okay, I'm batting what I think I should be batting.
So the bottom line essentially is there's more emphasis on the players' abilities themselves, the player having the controller in their hands and their inputs, and rewarding all of those components together when the stars align, right?
Fielder efficiency, making the game smarter, making the game more human-like. That's like the first step system. That's a human thing. The computer, it even happens to the computer, trying to make sure that a guy that has a 60 fielding rating and he has 50 speed is going to perform differently than a guy who has a 99 fielding rating and a 99 speed. And the more you play, the more new stuff you're going to notice.
Oh, man.
Got it.
Oh, man.
So perfect line, 101 exit velocity, and that's what you want to do with that type of batter. Anderson Simmons doesn't hit a ton of home runs. You want to get perfect line drives. 101 exit velocity, it was a double.
It was a close double, too.
Close double, too. I mean, I'm trying to be aggressive, That is gameplay for MLB The Show 20.
Absolutely.
And again, we still got to talk about Road to the Show, franchise mode changes, relocation, logo editor, March to October, new legends, Diamond Dynasty change, new mode.
There's so much to go into.
So much more to talk about later on.
Absolutely. So that's pretty much gameplay. We're going to have a lot more to show you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed what you've seen. Please tune in to GameSpot for everything that you would like for MLB The Show 20.
A bouncer to the left side.